Alright, guys, we are back for another Dokkan battle video. So, this is pretty interesting here. Let's take it back a couple of days. And I mean, this is back in the part 1 information reveal. So, when we got the reveal that Daima is what part 1 was going to be, right? So, it's this right here. What day was this? This was January 20th. Okay. So this information right here is from January 20th. And I watched this back a couple of times, and it was very odd. Because in this, Geppy is talking as though there was, like, another Red Zone and Supreme Magnificent Battle coming. Which is what we talked about right here. Like, I said this, I've listened to it a million times. It's like he's saying there's something else coming, but it's like I don't know if it's just referring to the artificial Lifeform Red Zone stages, which are going to be added directly to the new Red Zone, right? So if we jump all the way down here, the big new Red Zone artificial Lifeform stages are just going to be added to this, right? Well, now we get this, and there are new Red Zones and new Supreme Magnificent Battles coming. And this is interesting, because it looks like it's just straight up, like, I don't know, like the Dragon, like, just these stages just redone. I love that, like, Resident Evil symbol right there. But, well, actually, it looks like the Parasite Eve logo, kind of. Wait, can I pull this up? Hold on. It's like the, Parasite Eve logo. It's kinda, right? Like, it's like a little bit. Could see it a little bit in there. So, alright, again, they're revamping these stages. Very clearly, this is just what we had before, right? So, we're gonna have the GT Red Zone. In a recent video, I wondered, dude, they never did GT Boss Rush. I guess maybe they're gonna do it here. And they're going to be able to get some new arts in for some of these characters, right? Omega, Super 17, maybe Baby, and Legic all have kind of like new versions. So Legic, I'm probably not going to be too tough. Lude as well, probably not going to be too tough. Rildo, I don't know if these are going to be the same fights or what. Rildo was obnoxious, if you guys don't remember from back in 2022, because he's a locking boss. Not guaranteed, but he was a locker, and the defensive debuff on his super attacks, right? So, I mean, we bump all this shit up to, 7 million plus with locking and defensive debuff. He could be quite scary. Baby, this fight was notable. This was the fight that proved to me that the Namek LRs back in 2022 did not have it. They were fish food to this baby, right? So we get to the very end, and Baby is rocking AoEs, and then he stuns on his super attack. But, I mean, if we take a look, back then, it was not a guaranteed slot 0 super. I could easily see that becoming one, though. Like, they might change this to just a guaranteed slot 0 super. Super 17 is tricky. He was just a tough boss, and then he absorbed Ki Blast supers. So, I mean, they just straight up redo that, and it's going to be tricky with him absorbing Ki Blast supers. The Shadow Dragons really wasn't too hard. We've seen a couple of similar fights like this, although it does end with a locking boss. And then Omega, he would open up with the potential to be sealed and locked, so this could be a very tricky fight yet again. And then towards the end, he just hit hard. Omega's gimmick was that he just hit very fucking hard. But him having a countdown super attack really made him much easier than he needed to. Well, I don't know. Day one, these fights were still ridiculous. But, I mean, it's... Because back then, characters... These 450k normals... Characters weren't really able to live that shit. Like, normals, you were taking damage from this guy's normals, and you couldn't really do much about it, right? So these fights are going to be revamped. Um, I, I, I don't know. I mean, maybe just a straight up redo. We will see what exactly that's going to look like. Then we also have the Supreme Winners in Battle. Now, this is pretty recent. This is less than 2 years old. Really, I don't know. I mean, because if we look at the art, it's showing just this is the Tech LR Goku and Frieza right here. A lot of these can't really, like, we don't have a new Roshi, so it's gonna be these same characters. We don't have a new Krillin in 18, or you know, or base Goku or 17, 18. There isn't a blue Goku from the Tournament of Power, like just a blue Goku. So I mean, I don't like the structure of this fight might be exactly the same. Then we get to this. There's no new versions of this character, so it's gonna be exactly the same. This is where what looks like they're gonna just take Vegeta's shirt off there. Notice he just doesn't have that on, so that'll be there. I suppose maybe they could even consider using like the Goku and Vegeta, like that art, like the UI Goku and Evolution Blue Vegeta. Then we have this right here. I mean, maybe we could see Tech UI's art in here, or maybe they utilize a little bit of the new LR as well, right? For the UI Goku fight. And then Goku and Frieza, I mean, this one could be quite a bit different, for sure. This is, I mean, just in the hot take video earlier, there was someone saying they thought this was the best fight of all time. So we'll see with this one, too. This is going to be brutal if it's structured the same way. You have the ceiling stunning boss phase 2. The dodge canceling boss would be very tricky for a lot of the game. So this could be interesting. I'm really looking forward to the new Resident Evil Red Zone and Supreme Innocent Battle. But we'll see. We'll see what these are going to look like. So this is a total of 13 stages, I believe. 7, and then this one has got 6, yeah. So it's 13 stages that are dropping there. Then we have a new stage to the Greatest Tours. My assumption is this is going to be Tournament of Power. I saw people wondering if it could be Boo Saga, like made for the Spirit Bomb characters. Maybe. My guess would be Tournament of Power stuff, though, because kind of like the Tournament of Power and GT is kind of like what they're doing with the two LRs. And then the Artificial Life Form Red Zone stages are being added to the old Red Zone. It would not shock me if there's like a new mission in here. And remember, these are going to be fresh stones from the Artificial Life Form Red Zone, right? And then fresh stones here. So, yeah, this is actually like a lot of content that they're dropping. I mean, this is... Artificial Life Form is 6 stages. So this is 20 stages that they're dropping. 20 stages. So, like, that's good, but this is... The criticism does not change, though, of the pacing being bad. Like, why drop 20 stages when this may be the final content of the 11th anniversary? It may be. We could see an EX part still happen, but this might be the finale of the 11th anniversary. So I'm not really too sure. Like, it's definitely not good structuring. Like, we praise Dokkan for not waiting until the very end for, like, the big difficult fights of some of these recent major celebrations, right? Opening up with it, like GDC did, I think is good. That's what they want to do. Because it's just going to make the celebration feel a lot more lively. That is a good thing, not a bad thing. So I would hope that we would see, you know, Dokkan kind of like readapt that formula, where maybe we could open up with the really difficult content. But this is good. This is good. And then, of course, we have the 8th anniversary LRs. I'm seeing some discussions about it. I'm not really too pressed. I think these characters look very good to me. I don't really see, like, outside of Cell Max, which is a little, like, can be a little strange sometimes. I don't really see where these characters are going to struggle. It's like literally just Cell Max, right? Like, it's like what, Bio Broly, these characters are going to be fine in slot 2 and 3, right? And then you go into the standby, and they're going to just, like, end the fight. So I think once these guys drop in game, people are going to be going crazy. Both of these 8th anniversary LRs, I think they did right by them. This character, I mean, is guaranteed critting on the Spirit Bomb. This character, with all the stacking their Spirit Bomb, I mean, can you imagine you drop the Int Super Saiyan 4 Goku Spirit Bomb, and then you do this one? I mean, it's just like, again, like, we're going to get to Vegito at the end of Festival, and it's just, like, dead in 1 second. Like, it's, yeah. So, yeah, chat, shit is looking good. This, finally, we're going to get to, like, a data download and a content drop at the end here that's actually, like, super good. Outside of, like, the banner drops of the 11th anniversary, the in-between ones haven't been the craziest. I would say the one that had the Carnival Goku, Kid Gohan, and Super Easy A Trunks was a good data download. Because, I mean, a lot of those characters were good, but now we're going to get, like, a ton of content and stuff. So, a nice little ending to the 11th anniversary, unless they're going to do an EX part, which I don't think so, but they definitely could. They definitely could. So, let me know what you guys think about the revamped, like, you know, redo of the Red Zone and the Supreme Magnificent Battle. We got the new stage of the Greatest Tour, and then the Artificial Lifeform stages are refreshed, essentially. So, let me know what you guys think. I'll catch y'all next time.